What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into another edition of MVP Games Live right here. You're probably watching us on our YouTube channel, whether you are watching live right now or you are watching after the fact. I am joined, as I always am, and a special announcement, I am joined by my fellow fully vaxxed brethren, Soapy Muffin. How's it going, Soaps?
It's going good. My arm's only slightly sore still. But...
You also said, now, I'm going to let you kind of take it away, but you told me that besides sleeping for what seemed like almost forever, you did not get hit with nearly the amount of COVID symptoms that I got hit with my second shot.
Oh yeah, because with mine, basically the only thing I had when I was awake was like my arm was sore. I had like a light headache.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something of where like, it wasn't like a migraine of where I'm like, oh, I'm dying. Yeah. It's like okay, like any sound above like a certain, it's just like, okay, knock it the fuck off. Yeah, well, those were really the only two things I had.
I'll tell you, you're fucking lucky, because with me, I've said it before, I'll say it again in case you're new and do not know, I got hit with damn near everything. I had a headache, I had sweats, I had fever, I had that like weird thing where you're like, you're hot, but your sweat is like cold, and you're like, why am I having cold sweats? Like, why won't my body just stop sweating? It's like, oh, it has a fever, it's trying to cool down my body, and I damn near thought I was gonna die. I thought I was like, you know what? Death would be easier than these symptoms that I had. But luckily, 2 days after, so by Tuesday, I got it on a Saturday, I was feeling good and ready to go. I am thankful that you did not get hit with what I got hit, and you got hit with closer to what my mom got, was damn near nothing. So we got a jam-packed show today, obviously. E3 finished up today. It is done. Summer Games Fest is still doing their thing all month long, though, because Jeff Keighley likes to steal the spotlight any way he can. And I mean that in all due respect. I should have said, in all due respect, Soapy. He likes to steal
love Papa
it.
Jeff.
Chainsaw says, was there any Fable? No. Thought we were
sorry
to
break your heart, buddy. There was no Fable.
We will get into all... Not all, but most of the conferences that were the big heavy hitters. Before we get into everything, though, quick housekeeping. Number one, if you're not in the MVP Discord, you need to be in it today. I can actually, here on stream for a second, Soapy, without like doxing anything, because it's just our Discord here. We have a gaming chat. It's a nice little gaming chat. I think so. We talk in it all the time. We also have TV and movies as well for you guys to talk in with us, with all the fans from across MVP vids. I almost went way back into the nethers. But also, if you want to support us, patreon.com/MVP vids is how you can do that. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum tiers in order to get rewarded for supporting us. Thank you to our Patreon sponsor, Pat Hill. Last but not least, hit that sub button, hit that like button, comment, let us know what you thought of E3, hit that notification bell, all the things for the algorithm. It's like I said yesterday, Soapy, we want to please our YouTube overlords, and the only way to do that is to make the algorithm happy, or else the algorithm says no views for you, like the Soup Nazi did in Seinfeld. That's just a proven fact.
No soup for you.
No views for you. Your video gets no views. And then you stay in the nether realms of the unwatched YouTube, down at the bottom with the scraps and the grandmothers who want to make videos for their grandnephew, Timmy. Not grandson or daughter, their grandnephew.
Leave Timmy out of this.
Leave Timmy alone. But we had a jam-packed one. First thing I want to start off with, Soapy, and this is more of a joke than anything, was Gearbox had a E3. What they did was they showed off, obviously, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. We talked about that. They also showed off Tribes of Midgard, Homeworld 3. They also confirmed that it's in production. But the thing I really want to get your take on, Soapy, was the biggest thing that they showed off was, I don't know if you saw this, Soapy, but they had a video with Mr. Randy Pitchford and also one of the stars of the new Borderland movie. They kind of interviewed Kevin Hart, had him on, say how hyped he is for the role, how much commitment he's putting in to the role and character. I don't know if you saw this, but I mean, this is the biggest thing from the Gearbox Showcase, right? Is that they gave us Borderlands 3 news.
No. The fact that Randy Pitchford was on screen at all makes that an instant L. And for anyone who doesn't know why I hate Randy Pitchford, he was caught with child porn on his computer. Well, there's a whole reason. I don't unjustly hate this man.
Yeah. But I mean, the movie that you're so hyped for got shown.
Oh, yeah, I'm so hyped for it. I can't wait to not go to theaters and not watch the movie. Just out of pure hype that I can't wait to watch it at home.
The thing...
all by myself.
And I will say this. If you are a Borderlands fan, if you want to go see the movie, honestly, if you're just a Borderlands fan, I am going to tell you, go and watch this. Because the thing I loved most about it was how you could tell Kevin Hart knows how most people have bashed this role and have bashed him being cast as Roland. Because, like, one of the things he said, he goes, no, dude, like, the things you don't know is how much commitment I have for the role. He said, I grew several inches just for this role. Just for this role alone, I increased my height for. So, you know, my commitment levels are off the charts. I heard that and I was like, that is a reference, that is a steer into, and that is him saying, I have heard the feedback, and I know what you guys are really saying about me, but I wanted to mention that off the start, just as a little troll job to you, Soapy. I apologize, but it had to be done. Then let's move into, obviously, we'll go in chronological order. The first thing we saw, major thing we saw from E3, was the Ubisoft Forward. And most of the things that were announced is we got a trailer for Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, which is a video game spin-off of James Cameron's Avatar. We got Far Cry 6 Battle Pass was revealed. Also got a little bit of Mario Rabbids trailer, which we also saw during the Nintendo Direct today. We got Valhalla DLC, Rainbow Six Extraction gameplay. There was a gameplay trailer that was shown. Soapy, this is the one conference that I was like, this is the start of E3. I was expecting something more from Ubisoft. A lot of this to me does not seem like, a lot of this to me seems regular Ubisoft Forward, not, hey, this is our Ubisoft presentation at E3.
Yeah, and as well, I just love the fact that it was like a lot of like YouTubers who are primarily, you know, Ubisoft based. Like, for instance, I'm going to say like Coconut Bra, because his main attraction is from Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. He even talked about that. He got to play Extraction, and he even said, like, I'm extremely disappointed with it.
Yeah.
So you have people who essentially, their careers are kind of built off of the back of your games, and they're saying before the game even comes out, yeah, this game fucking stinks.
Yeah.
Like, and all their time and attention's being pulled towards that. Like, that's just fucking tough when you have someone say, like, before your game's even out, and obviously, you know, maybe it's just he's playing an early version of it or something. Like that, I'm extremely disappointed with it. That's tough.
We thought the same thing with Anthem, though. I will say that. We thought the same thing with Anthem. It was like, oh, it's just a beta version. Don't worry, it'll be better when it actually comes out.
To be fair, though, I'm not the fucking Anthem defender here. But Anthem did get a fucking rush production, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that one I give it a little bit of a pass.
The one that I will say, because obviously Rainbow Six Extraction I was about, because like I don't play the Rainbow Six games. The thing that I was wondering was like Valhalla DLC. It's almost like a, maybe you can talk into this because you've played Valhalla, I haven't, to where it's like, does it seem like this DLC should have came out sooner? Like we should have heard about this before E3? Or am I just thinking like, that's a little bit of being nitpicky?
I mean, it may just be nitpicky.
Okay.
And it's mostly just because, you know, a lot of people did kind of want to hold off on buying Valhalla until next gen, and they realized, wow, it's damn near fucking impossible to do that.
Yeah, it's damn near impossible to get a next gen still, and we're almost we're almost like a couple months away from, hey, about a year ago today, you announced that we were going to be able to get these consoles. The one thing that I did want to show off with the, that's why I was going to pull up the YouTube video. The one game from this forward, though, was the Avatar, the Frontiers of Pandora. And when I saw this, at first I was like, huh? Is this is this 2012? To where, like, I almost thought to myself, and yet again, maybe this is me just hating on it because I wasn't a huge fan of the Avatar movie and that whole thing. Maybe this will be a good game, a beautiful game, showing off the world of Pandora and everything that James Cameron put into that movie series. But, like, I'll ask you, like, do you see the same thing of, like, did we really need an Avatar video game? Like, is this really what we needed to spend our time making?
Well, I mean, to be fair, we know the second one's coming.
Yeah.
10 years after it should have, but... Because I still remember my favorite thing from whenever we heard about the fact that we were getting Avatar, and that, and all that wonderful stuff that came with it, that people were like, we're getting the game before the movie. It's like, James Cameron has had 12 fucking years to work on this goddamn movie.
There's a part that's like, I'd rather have the other Avatar before this Avatar.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, though. Every Avatar: The Last Airbender game has fucking sucked.
Yeah, but once you get the right studio behind it, it's got to be good, right? It's like the movie.
No.
It's like the movie. You just had the wrong studio behind it.
They've done 2 games, and both those games stunk, because at that point, you're dealing with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's making your game for you.
But yeah, like I said, I saw this, and obviously, like, with the trailer, I'm gonna bump ahead a little bit. Like, there wasn't any gameplay. You didn't really, like, to me, you don't get a sense of, like, what this is. It gonna be like a first person game? Is it gonna be a multiplayer game? I don't know. I saw this and I was like, what? Did we really need an Avatar game? So that was kind of the big thing of day one, and I thought after watching that, I was like, oh, I'm kind of nervous for E3 because that kind of set everything off on the wrong foot, Soapy. But I will say, I'll say this, almost every single conference after Ubisoft, it was like Ubisoft's like, hey guys, we're going to be the worst ones. We're going to go first. We're going to get people's expectations really fucking low. So you guys can everything is just going to seem better to us. The next thing I wanted to, like, the next one in our list, Soapy, is from the next day, which was Sunday. And you had possibly the best or possibly in the running for the best conference of E3 with Xbox and Bethesda, where they hit you. The thing that I just want to start off with is how you knew it was going to be a big showcase when, first off, it was not Phil Spencer that came out there to talk to you. It was Todd. We saw Todd before we saw Phil Spencer. And number two, it's like when they showed off Starfield first, the stream I was watching, the guys who were reacting to it, one of them said, oh, they must have some big shit planned if they're showing off Starfield right off the gate with this E3 presentation.
Oh, yeah. And then also they were just like, oh, hey, by the way, remember how we bought this company not even a year ago? Mm-hmm. Home bitch is exclusive now.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. Like, if I'm going to want to play Starfield, I'm going to have to get an Xbox now.
I mean, it'll probably be on PC.
Yeah, but you know me. I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a console gamer, Soapy. You know me.
I mean, who knows? You got a way of breaking into it. You got a computer.
I do have a computer. That's step one. You got to get the computer.
I was going to say, shit, if you're not going to use yours, just fucking send it to me.
Yeah, but I need the computer to stream and stuff. Soapy, record shit.
I'll stream.
That's mainly
I'll just
what
get
I
some
use.
better internet.
Soapy's like, here, just send me your computer. Just give me your internet also. I'll be off to the
I'll
races
fucking hold
here.
the ship down.
Like, with Starfield, like you said, there wasn't a lot to it. There didn't need to be. Basically with that, it's just phenomenal that we got a date. That it's going to be, 10 or 11 years? I think 11 years since, is it 10 or 11 years since Skyrim came out? It's basically the same exact date as Skyrim, November 11th, just obviously a different year.
Yeah, I think it's 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Which, whenever right afterwards, when they cut to the picture of Skyrim in the background, I'm like, please don't fucking re-release it again. Please don't. That was the first thing my brain went to. I'm like, I can't fucking handle it. I'm like, I'm not dealing with it again.
Yeah. The other big hitter, and yet again, not going in the order of how they did things, but just like to me, the bigness, and maybe if there's something you want to talk about, we can go to that too. But the Halo Infinite shit that we saw, where not only I know that there were some people that were upset that they only told us holiday of 2021. Jeff Grubb on the cast that I was listening to came in and said that's because Microsoft doesn't want to give, is it 242 studios? 245. The makers of basically Halo Infinite. They don't want to give them a crunch of like, oh my god, 343. They don't want to be like, oh my god, it has to be done by this time and create that crunch. They just want to be like, hey, we're just going to say holiday 2021 and whatever happens, happens. We want to make sure the game is the best of its abilities. So I went, haha, my prediction may not be wrong. It may be delayed even further past holiday 2021. But the thing that I thought was so impressive from the Halo Infinite presentation was everything they showed off with multiplayer. The grappling ability to like knock people out of vehicles, everything that they shown with like the grappling for weapons, that the multiplayer is actually going to be fucking free to play, which I think is huge. Hey, if you don't want to buy Halo Infinite, that is fine. You are still going to be kind of like how I don't have to buy Call of Duty to play Warzone, because Warzone is free to play, where I almost have the thought, Soapy, to where it's like, is that how multiplayers in these games, the Call of Duties, the Halos, and stuff like that, is this just going to be the new norm of like, hey, we're going to sell the game, but we're going to make the multiplayer its own thing and make it free to play because we could just microtransaction the hell out of multiplayer and we can get money from those multi-transactions if we don't even get any money because they're not buying the game.
I think Halo's one of the only ones who could actually pull it off, because I'm going to be brutally honest, you don't buy a Call of Duty game for the story mode.
No, you don't.
Where at that point of where it's like the only one that could possibly get away with it is Treyarch. Mm-hmm. And that's just because they have zombies mode, because I don't know what the fuck Infinity Ward has anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's and just...
Sledgehammer just kind of exists.
With Call of Duty, it's basically it's Warzone that's for free. It's the, hey, I just want to play Battle Royale. Cool, you could do that for free. Call of Duty, it's just, hey, we're going to try to make this money off of Battle Royale for the people who don't buy the game.
Yeah, and I think that's just the main way of, like, I think Halo's going to start going that direction. Because you kind of have two different groups of fans within Halo's fan base of, like, the, okay, I want the story, and then the, I want the multiplayer.
Yeah, and it's
so
like...
I think that's the direction Halo's going to go.
And it's like, how many people are going to look at this and go, man, do I have to spend $70 just to play multiplayer online?
Probably.
Like, I mean, well, not probably. They said it's going to be free to play, but like, that's the whole thing of like, why I think the free to play option is going to be used more often, because of, hey, we don't want to spur that multiplayer base. It's like, fuck, I gotta pay full price just to play online. I don't even touch the story. Why do I even need that? So like me seeing that, I was like, whoa, that's interesting that they're following in the same footprints of kind of the Call of Duty and their free to play model. I'll ask you, Soapy, is there, besides Starfield and Halo, what's the one thing that you thought was the best thing from the conference? Not Starfield, not Halo.
Fuck, dude, that's hard to narrow it down.
They had a lot of bangers, that's the thing.
Well, because 4 things that popped into my head right away.
Mm-hmm. What's the first one? What was the very first one?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hell yeah, Jack Sparrow, baby.
Sea of Thieves. And the fact that we're also getting fucking Davy Jones.
Actually give it a story. Like, that's interesting to me because, like, I don't play Sea of Thieves. Maybe I will now. Maybe I'll grab Sea of Thieves on the computer and play a little Jack Sparrow.
I mean, hey, dude, if it's crossplay, we'll sail the seas together.
It is.
I don't think it is, but if it
is it crossplay?
We'll find a way.
Here, let's see. I thought Sea of Thieves was crossplay.
I said if it is.
I know.
If it is, we'll sail the seas together.
I'm looking. Because, like, to me, the thing that Sea of Thieves never really intrigued, like, it intrigued me, but it was never something I'm gonna play because it's like, oh, I need friends to play that. I can't do it on my own.
Hey, if you played on your own, you could be the fucking one-man sloop gang.
So the answer I found from WindowsCentral.com says Sea of Thieves supports crossplay between Xbox One, Series X, X and S, Windows PC, Steam, and mobile through xCloud game streaming.
Well, would you look at that? It is. All right, Ricky, you get to downloading that bad boy. We'll be the two-man sloop gang.
We will be what do they say? Something what do pirates say? Something the seven seas.
I was gonna say sailing the seven seas.
Sailing the seven seas.
I mean, this one's kind of just like one sea and hoping to God we don't run into the Megalodon.
No. I'm
or the Kraken.
Just be prepared for me to do the Cartman of like, "Arr, me scallywags, let's go."
I already expect that every time if we ever played the game together.
And just us singing fucking drunken pirate songs.
There's instruments in the game. You leave it alone.
The one I thought that you were gonna bring up first though was Outer Worlds 2, which I will say when they first, like the very first scene of it, I was like, okay, is this Fable? Do we got Fable? Is this Fable? And then I saw a guy with a gun and I went, oh, this ain't Fable. What the hell is this? This is definitely not what I thought it was.
The second I saw the person with the gun, by the way, I knew it was something from Obsidian. I'm like, that gun looks really fucking familiar. I'm like, why is this like triggering PTSD in my brain? Which
the thing that blew the minds of many people on the internet is like, holy shit, if Bethesda's already working on Starfield, it's already working on this, it's already working on that, and now we get Outer Worlds on top of it, like, there were projects where it's like, they're working on at least 3 different projects right now, and then they drop Outer Worlds 2 on us, to where it's like, we didn't even know they were even working on this. I know that there were some people like, oh, they're going to announcement. We're going to get an Outer Worlds 2. I think there was more hope than actual no. But I was like, when I saw it, I went, holy shit, that is huge for Xbox players.
Oh, yeah. And it's the fact of, like, obviously my first reaction when I saw Outer Worlds 2, I'm like, so did Avowed just get put on the back burner?
I think they're working on it at the same time.
The only problem is, though, and the only reason I don't think that they're doing both at the same time, Obsidian's not a big studio. Like, obviously, you know, they could expand, like, they have fucking daddy Microsoft some money at their back, so they could just, expand the crew anytime they need. The only thing was, like, I just kind of looked at it like, Obsidian's like a group of like 30 people, and they already have like 5 people working on updates for Grounded.
Yeah.
So like that's 25 people working on Avowed. If that's getting split in half again.
We did get Grounded updates, Soapy. You can even do arachnophobia mode. Ooh, those blobs are scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think arachnophobia mode was in the game since the start. It's just they wanted to show off how goofy it is when you turn it on. For anyone who doesn't know, obviously arachnophobia is the fear of spiders. And they added a new boss enemy into the game known as the Broodmother.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, she's so scary, you may have to turn on arachnophobia mode. And whenever you turn on arachnophobia mode, it's just 2 floating blobs. And he's like, ooh, even those blobs are scary.
Ooh, even the blobs are scary. My favorite part from that, too, was the, like, and we added sitting. Yeah, people really want to do, like, and the guy really said, yeah, people really want to do that in the game. So we added it. Because people wanted to sit in chairs, Soapy.
Yeah, and it's also they added mushrooms, but not those type of mushrooms.
Yeah. You can't get high off shrooms and Grounded. As you said to me, you're like, Ricky, it's a kid's game.
Oh, and just to quickly go over one of them, because I know I fucking love this one. I don't know if you even have ever heard of the game that came before this. When they announced Stalker 2, I got fucking big brain.
Never played Stalker, but it looked cool as shit. So I'm going to have you explain to me, who's a Stalker novice, why I should be hyped for this.
Because Stalker is one of those games that essentially... Stalker mainly got really popular because it's just how bullshit the AI is.
Yeah.
And it's mostly because Stalker is really fucking hard, and there's no reason it should be as hard as it is.
So it's like Dark Souls.
And basically... Oh, I mean, with Dark Souls, it's just if you die a lot, you're just bad at the game.
Dude, if it's a hard game, it's Dark Souls, right? That's all it is. Hard game, Dark Souls. Hard game, Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's a soul... Yeah, it's a Souls-like game.
Oh, it's a Souls-like game.
Yeah, but with Stalker 2, like, they've obviously... I know a lot of people have talked about, like, I hope it's as hard as the first one. Like, it's not going to be as hard as the first one. They understand the game was not supposed to be that fucking hard the first time.
Yeah.
Because the thing that made it hard, it just plopped your dumb ass in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or, like, literally 2 minutes in, you could be fighting a fucking helicopter with, like, a knife. And you don't have anything.
But is it an Apache helicopter?
Who knows, dude? This isn't Russia, alright? Like, who knows? I don't know Russian helicopters. Yeah. And just from what they showed, the game looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
There was also on top of it, with Psychonauts 2 finally being shown.
I saw that. I was
it irked me. And I'm asking this live on the show, because I'm way too fucking lazy.
Yeah.
When you listen to the Psychonauts 2 trailer, did the guy who's voicing the main character sound like Zim from fucking Invader Zim,
yes,
or am I just on fucking crack?
No, it sounded like Zim. I thought the same thing.
Alright. I had to make sure. I asked that in the fucking gaming chat, no one answered me. And I
didn't
started having like a
I'm
panic
sorry.
attack.
Yeah, I didn't see it, or else I would have answered. Let's see. Psychonauts 2. I'm looking up the IMDb because I meant to do this after I saw it, and you just reminded me. Because I'm like, especially the part where they're like, do you think you can do this? And he's like, I think I can, but I need to find some bacon first. And I was like, why does he sound like Invader Zim? Let's see. Who's the name of the main character in Psychonauts 2?
I honestly don't know.
God damn it. We're gonna go this way. I'm gonna look up Invader Zim, and I'm gonna look up the voice for that because yeah, he did. You are right, Soapy. He did sound like Invader Zim. Let's see. Invader Zim voice actor was, man, IMDb fucking redid. Yep, it's the same guy. The same guy. So it was. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, he is Raz in Psychonauts 2. He is also Zorkon Jr. in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Man, look at that.
He's also going to be... Oh, he's going to be redoing his voice of Daggett Doofus Beaver in Nicktoons.
Man, what a guy.
So, yeah.
And then just kind of the last one...
Yeah.
The very last one was the very last thing that was shown to us. I'm not going to touch on Forza 5 because I don't give a shit about it.
The thing I was going to mention before Redfall was just the fact that, like, now, Flight Simulator is not my jam, meaning I don't play it.
And Top Gun, though.
Dude, that was the hypest thing, though. I was like, I may have to jump into some Flight Simulator to get some Top Gun action.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like... Are we getting a fucking Top Gun game in 2021?
Soapy.
Like, is that what we're getting? A movie that came out in, like, the fucking 80s or 90s?
Top Gun 2 is coming out, eventually. Top Gun 2 will be coming out.
We hear that when the fucking first one came out?
No. Like, they are remaking Top Gun and making a sequel to it.
Okay.
Then the pandemic hit.
I was going to say it. I'm like, all right, we're not going to run on the assumption a movie's been in the development for, like, 30 years and it's still fucking going.
Here, wait, let me see. Yeah, we got a trailer for it. When did that trailer come out? Please, tablet, don't play it. The date of the movie, Top Gun Maverick, comes out November 19th, 21. Right. So it drops, and then the Flight Simulator, I believe the expansion comes out in the fall. So it's right around the same time. There was a part of me that goes, do I need to get the whole setup, Soapy? The fucking, like, the Flight Simulator setup with the
Ricky, I
with,
promise
with the
you
wheel
don't have enough money for one of those.
Oh, I don't. But I would take out a loan from a bank.
If you fucking do, you got a lot of... May as well take out a loan and buy me a fucking computer.
Got the pedals on the ground, got the wheel in front of me. I'd just start becoming a flight simulator streamer where I'm just flying over.
You just become a fucking flight simulator dad. Like the guy that invested like $10,000 in his setup, where like, he's got like the chair, the fucking wheel, he's got the monitor in front of him to make it look like it's the fucking.
And who knows?
Looking out the window.
And who knows? I may fucking be like the one streamer I watched, Snowbike Mike, was streaming Flight Simulator once. He's like, I'm going to fly over my parents' house. And then realize, oh, wait, I just doxed my parents' house. I may even do that. Hey, I'm going to fly over so-and-so's house. And then just dox their location because, you know, people can figure out. Yeah, but Redfall looked cool. Like, at first, it looked like we thought it was that Masquerade, that, like, Battle Royale zombie game. And I was like, not Battle Royale zombie, Battle Royale vampire game. And I was like, why would they show it twice then? Why would they show it at Summer Games Fest on Friday and then show it again today to end it? But yeah, no, this game looked cool. The coolest thing to me was that chick's power where she's like elevator up, and she made an elevator that basically you like walk into and it just shoots you right up onto roofs and shit. Like, I'm down to climb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. I think we saw Back 4 Blood from their press conference as well. Obviously, we already kind of... I mean, obviously, we already knew Back 4 Blood was a thing. We got to see even more.
We'll talk about Back 4 Blood a lot more when we get to the WB one. But yeah, we saw Back 4 Blood. Pretty much, it was almost the same thing that we saw before, but it was nice just to see it again, get the exact date out there. That it will be coming. I believe August is the beta, and then it drops full release in October. Also, we saw Battlefield stuff. Battlefield looked cool, but, you know, I'm just to Battlefield games at this point. So somebody out there was really hyped for it. Just was not me. Then the next conference we have on our list, Soapy, is the Square Enix conference. And this one was kind of interesting to me because I liked the beginning and I thought the end was interesting. Everything else in between, like Final Fantasy Pixels, it was one of those to where it's like, what the fuck is Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster? Legend of Mana just got a little thing to where it's like, ooh, game coming. We did get a trailer for Black Panther DLC, but who the hell plays Marvel's Avengers anymore? And then we got a long thing for Life is Strange. I know there are Life is Strange people out there, haven't played it. So for me, it was just like, oh, this is cool. The two things from Square Enix, Soapy, and I don't know if either of these got you hyped. The first one, they basically did the mic drop to me. And for me personally, we're like, oh, you like Marvel? You like Guardians of the Galaxy? Here you go, Guardians of the Galaxy video game, where it's not going to be like that Marvel's Avengers, where it's a terms of service game and you're going to be able to play online. No. You're just playing as Star-Lord. It's a solo player game. It's got interactions in there with you and the other Guardians where you guys may be talking. You may have to make a decision of like, oh, do I side with Rocket? Do I side with Groot? Do I side with Drax? What the hell do I want to do? They showed us a trailer. They showed us gameplay for it. And they gave us a date of October 26th, 2021. And the best thing, Soapy, it's coming to current gen and next gen. You can get it on your PS5s and your Xbox Series X's, and you can also get it on your Xbox Ones and your PS4s. So you are damn sure I'm going to be playing this game in October, and I am so happy for it. I know that my hype level might be exceeding where it should be, Soapy, but this was one to where I'm like, holy shit, give me this game now. I need to be Star-Lord.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I'm not a super huge Marvel person to begin with. I've never been super huge into superheroes, so this one was kind of I mean, I'm like, okay.
Different strokes for different blokes, as some people say. Like, this is one right up my alley. Thing I will say I liked most about it, too, is they had one of the writers on camera, and he was one of the writers for the Guardians runs with Marvel Comics. So I'm like, oh man, kudos to you. You're bringing in somebody that actually gets how these characters should fucking work and interact. I can't wait for it. I know that it was Blessing from Kind of Funny, because they're the ones that I watch, said that he was getting the same kind of thing he got with Avengers, where it's like the characters look different than they do in the MCU. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's a different interpretation of the character. Gamora looked badass as fuck. Also, Rocket looked cool with his little like braided chin thing off the bottom of his chin. So I can't wait for it. The last one though, and I want to ask you, Final Fantasy, this might be another one where it's just not a game for Soapy. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. What did you think of this one? Because we pretty much got the trailer for it, where it was basically the two main characters searching for the big baddie. We got the big baddie at the end, where it was like almost like a, why are you here? Oh, we're here to kill this person. Well, that's me. And then he like jumps out of the chair, which I will say the main bad guy at the end. It's funny because he's the voice of All Might in the My Hero Academia movie and video game. So I caught on to that, just like the Psychonauts thing that we did. Did Final Fantasy's Origins do anything for you, Soaps?
Not really, and it's mostly because I'm not like, and I'm not trying to take like a negative stance on it. I'm really not.
Not for me. Just a game that's not for me. Is that all it is?
Yeah, I've never been a Final Fantasy person. Like, I think the only one I played, I think, is the one where you played Nocturne, and I don't even remember which one that is.
Yeah.
Like, I know people would be like, well, you have to go back and play 7 and 8, and I'm like, bro, I'm not going back that far. I get it, those games are good, and I'll place respect on those games.
You can. They're pixel remasters. They're going to be pixel remasters. I think it's like 3 through fucking 7 now.
I mean, hey, that's a damn shame. Someone else is going to get to play those games, because I'm not.
Yeah, like,
I'm going to be too busy spending all my fucking time at Elden Ring.
Yeah, it seemed cool to me, but, like, I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. I still need to kind of weigh out my options. The next one, you did mention it. We did see a lot. Like, the WB conference was basically just Back for Blood. They focused mainly on the PvP gameplay, the Swarm mode. They confirmed that the open beta begins August 5th. They confirmed that the full release is October 12th. Day one launch on Xbox Game Pass confirmed. Soapy, this is a game that that you're into. This is one that you're looking good for, and it's great to see basically a lot of people. Was it Left 4 Dead 3? Was that what would be the new Left 4 Dead? Or would it be like, yeah, so
Left 4 Dead 3 would be the new one.
Everyone who wanted a Left 4 Dead 3 is basically getting that with Back 4 Blood.
Oh yeah, and it's the fact of, I literally was looking at it, I was watching like the PvP gameplay, and I'm like, so my prediction of this being the best multiplayer game of the year is going to be right, because it's literally Left 4 Dead. Which I already know there's going to be people, like, you're going to get the people with rose-tinted glasses, like, this would never match Left 4 Dead 2. You get those people, but, like, those people probably sniff glue.
They need to touch some more grass, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, those guys need to go run around in a pasture or something, I don't know. Yeah, like, just watching the PvP, like, obviously I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, that didn't look really appealing, which, I mean, to be fair, I'll be brutally honest, there were parts of it where I'm like, okay, like, this kind of gives off a little bit of, like, Evolve vibes at times, and I'm like...
But the question is, we've got X amount of months until it releases, or does that not even matter with the kind of question marks that you're mentioning?
I think it's more or less of just like it's kind of just weird now, and I think that's going to be something people kind of have to get over.
Okay.
Like, I think that's just how it's going to be handled, of where we're going to be in a situation of we have to, like, just wait through it and just kind of get used to that sort of gameplay, because, like, a lot of people are going to look towards the PvP mode in Left 4 Dead 2, and they're going to be like, oh, well, that's in first person. It's like, well, yeah, this game also probably feels better playing as the infected if you're playing third person.
No, yeah, and, like, I'll be honest, if it's on PC and it's crossplay, like, I will probably dive in with you if you're going ahead and playing it, because, like, I never played Left 4 Dead, but, like, I've played games like it enough to where it's like, okay, if I've got some friends that are going to play this, might as well jump on in and have some fun. Before we get to the last one of the kind of conference, I do want to mention Capcom. It might have been a tie between, I think it's called like the Koch stream, Ubisoft, and Capcom for worst fucking presentation at E3, because literally Capcom could have been a fucking email. It could have been an email. Like, what we got from that was they mentioned that, oh, we've started DLC for Resident Evil. Thanks. Could have been a tweet. Could have been a fucking tweet. Resident Evil latest multiplayer Reverse will go live July 21st. They showed off Monster Hunter World, where we got the best term ever, Soapy. Monsties. These are monsters who are your best friends. Hashtag Monsties, Soapy. Got to use that hashtag of Monsties, because we're all about the Monsties here at MVP. And then they showed off. So, am I all about the Monsties? Yeah, Monsties are dope, bro. They're dope. Not monsters, Monsties. And then we got the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which, I'll be honest, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles looked cool because Ace is awesome. But yet again, I don't know if I'm going to play it. And that's the thing, where it's like the whole thing was a half hour, and I'm like, this could have just been a fucking email. Why did this even have to be a conference? I feel like it's basically the Billy Madison of like, wow, that answer is unacceptable. I feel dumber for now watching this showcase. You are awarded no points. You do not pass go, and you do not collect $200. But that'll lead us into the last showcase of E3, which was today, the Nintendo Direct. Soapy, I will say before everyone that Soapy is not the biggest Nintendo fanboy in the world. Does not hate Nintendo, but it is clear and simple, it has been said on podcasts before, that you are not the biggest Nintendo dick rider.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that Nintendo gets praised for releasing the same game over and over again. If you shit on Call of Duty and like Activision for doing it, you have to shit on Nintendo.
With that being said, what did you like from their Direct? Because to me, it was Xbox and Nintendo that stole the show.
I actually liked a lot of the stuff they showed. I like the fact of we're seeing like Nintendo being more willing to work with other companies, because obviously Nintendo was always the no, fuck you. If you're working with us, it's because we want to work with you.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But like now they're starting to show the fact of like, oh hey, Nintendo's not like the grumpy old man sitting in the corner being like, no, fuck you, you youth.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, we got the rabbits thing, we saw the new Smash character, which I even made the comment before the show. I'm like, bro, they skipped the fucking character and they went to his dad.
Are you surprised?
They skipped Jin.
Are you surprised though that it's someone from Tekken?
Kind of. I mean, to be fair, I don't really keep up with what like the Smash community wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only one I know is like people do want Sora, but at the same time, people are also tired of sword fighters.
Well, there were there were two, I believe. So Sora was one of them, but there was also yet again Smash community who's watching. Help me out here. There were two that people were like, oh, these are going to be the last two characters that they go to. And then they gave us basically this Tekken character to where now it's like the Smash community is like, okay, you got one more. Who's it going to be? Like, not even a...
Waluigi, he makes his final return.
It's funny that you say that because, yet again, like I said, I was watching the Kind of Funny stream of them watching it. And Barrett from Kind of Funny said it's going to be Waluigi, Soapy.
Dude, people wanted him in Smash, and he wasn't in there. He's a fucking assist trophy. They're gonna put him in the goddamn game.
Let's go. I'm all for it. I'm all for the troll, Soapy. The last DLC character is Waluigi. But yeah, like the
one you guys wanted since the very beginning.
The Tekken character, like watching it, I'm like, this makes sense that he's in Smash. That somebody from Tekken is in Smash. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, it's Nintendo's fighting game. Let's just add someone from one of the most popular fighting franchises of all time, not named Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and I mean, and even at that, Ryu's already in there.
Yep. Good
Ken's
point.
already in there.
Good point.
Or I think it's Ken.
Good point. Good
Like,
point.
so why not bring, like, the second most popular fighter? I'd probably have to double check that. I don't know if Smash is more popular than Tekken. Like, I know I know Street Fighter's really fucking huge there.
I mean,
like, overseas.
Street Fighter's good for the oldies, you know what I'm saying? Like the retro gamers. Street Fighter's the OG. Mortal Kombat's pretty much the one that put fighting games on the map officially, and then Tekken was just the fucking 2000s. Like, it's different eras. It's what era of gaming were you born in?
Yeah, like, I just kind of look at it, and I'm just like, you guys kind of went to the weird character of, like, because especially within Tekken's lore, it's like you skipped Jin, arguably the most popular character in Tekken, and went to his dad. But if you wanted to not do Jin, you could have gone 2 generations back and got Jinpachi, who's basically Jin, but bigger. But you're like, no.
I feel like a whole lot of Steiner maths going on here, Soapy. The way you're talking. Steiner math.
This is Tekken math.
The way Soapy's talking, it's like you're doing a Steiner math promo. It's like, I'm going to give you could have gone with this guy, but you didn't. You went with this guy, or you could have went back further and went with this guy. Why didn't you go with this guy? It's just you were doing it in the same cadence as Steiner math.
Yeah, like, that's just the way I look at it. Like, I get it. Like, obviously, you know, everyone in that fucking bloodline is, like, a really strong character, but, like, you could have done Jin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't hate it, though.
No, I don't either. It wasn't like, oh, what the fuck is this character doing in Smash? On top of that, like, Metroid Dread, that was fucking cool. I know that this is an older game that was basically, I believe, a Game Boy Advance game that now they're bringing back, which I'm all for it. They even mentioned that, hey, we're making strides on Metroid 4. We don't have that to show you, but hey, we're going to have this 2D Metro game to show you. Also, there were 2 fucking games from this Direct, Soapy, that I was super excited about, and mostly nobody is going to care about them, probably.
Oh, is it Just Dance 2022?
Dude, you know it. I got to get my dance on. Gotta get my Numa dance on.
You guys don't see when we're on the podcast. Ricky's just always playing Just Dance.
Dude, I'm DDR and Just Dance. Those are my jams. You know it, bro. But like, the first one was Super Monkey Ball. I saw that and it took me back to when I was 11 years old on the GameCube, fucking playing Super Monkey Ball with my sister. Because that was the only game me and her played together. Because that was the only game that she would play. Little monkeys and a little ball rolling through, trying not to fall off the edge when you get to the end. What?
Super Monkey Ball is fucking overpowered, dude. I love that game.
Dude, so cool. And the other is fucking Advance Wars. I may pre-order that today. It doesn't come out until December 8th, but I may just pre-order it today. I may say, you know what? My Switch is sitting to the left of me, collecting some dust. I may have to bring it out to play some Advanced Wars, because Advanced Wars was a game that many family trips, whether it was going all the way to Michigan to see family, whether it was, hey, we're going to the mall and I needed something in the car ride to distract me because I didn't want to just look out the window and do that game that I played. I don't know if anyone else did it, where you take your fingers or your hand and you put it like this to the window and you start like jumping obstacles with your hand because you're that fucking bored. Yeah, that's where I came from. Advance Wars, though, I'm like, oh my god, you're giving me 1, you're giving me 2, you're giving me updated graphics. I fucking loved this game as a kid. I need to pre-order it. I need it in my hands, and I can't wait to play it this December, because it's an absolutely beautiful game. And if you've never played Advance Wars, you need to fucking play this game. It is amazing. It's awesome.
I mean, dude, let's not even just forget about the fact that Nintendo realizes everyone loves nostalgia, so they're like, oh shit, dude, let's basically just re-release the first Zelda, but slap a Game & Watch skin on top of
it. Don't forget about the clock, Soapy. You can have the clock in the background or a timer in the background. The floor can read the time and it could move with it. Also, you got that Vermin game. That Vermin game that looks like it's a Tiger Direct game.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of just the other stuff they announced. Like, obviously, I know they have, like, the Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which, I mean, that one, I've never been a really big fan of the Rabbids, to be honest.
They did show us some Mario Golf Super Rush. They did show us...
you mean Mario Recreational Activity?
Yes. They did also show us WarioWare Get It Together, which looked like a cool game, a cool Wario game. They also showed us Mario Party Superstars, which looked fucking cool, where you could play Mario Party online with friends. Let's go. Mario Party, baby. The real party game.
It's about fucking time.
And they brought back old maps to where it's like, yes, thank you, Nintendo. But
I saw one thing of weird.
Go ahead.
Someone was talking about, they're like, oh, they brought back Mario Party 1. I'm like, so I can bash Nintendo for literally re-releasing the same game again, right?
Yeah, but it's a remastered. It's not a new game that means it's an old game.
I stand by it. Mario Party's the same fucking thing with Mario.
It is. You just get some new characters and new maps some years, my guy.
Yeah. Like, okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, we bash Call of Duty for that. We're like, no, Nintendo's our precious baby. They can't do no wrong. And we kiss Nintendo on the cheek every time they do
Mario Party 1 and 2 had different mini-games, my guy. You get the new mini-games. They're coming out with new ones. The brain is always spinning there at Nintendo.
And they're just recycling old ones. They're like, all right, take 3 of them out, but add 2 of the old ones back. We get that nostalgia factor in there. We add that other one that we left out to the fucking future pool.
Soapy, the last thing that was showed, the last thing we'll talk about, Breath of the Wild. They showed a trailer for Breath of the Wild, the sequel to it, and they said that they are aiming for a 2022 release date. I'm just gonna say, at least, like, I know there were some people after the conference, keyboard warriors, that were like, I literally got nothing on the new Donkey Kong game? What is this? I know your voice is a lot better. I like the voice that you do for those people. The touch grass kids. Who cares if they didn't show us the Donkey Kong thing? It's going to be coming. But they needed to show something from Breath of the Wild here at E3. And Soapy, I'm glad that they did.
Oh yeah, and especially the stuff they show, like, it looks fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, I'll even point out, like, I'm not even trying to sound like a hater when I say it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those things that, like, it's gonna look really good on the Switch because it's meant to look good on the Switch.
Yeah. The best joke, though, that I heard was from Greg Miller, where the beginning of the trailer, you know how Link is, like, flying in, like he's skydiving into the world? Yeah. Greg comes out and hits the line, he goes, all right, here's a game where you and 99 other Links are tossed into a world. We're getting Link Battle Royale, baby.
I mean, hey, it did kind of look like that at first.
Oh, man.
I was waiting to see, like, a Hyrule plane flying over.
Oh, man.
Or what theirs would, they have, like, the fucking boat from, like, Wind Waker.
Yeah, you got the boat. Oh, man, like, I bet you Nintendo at that point was like, oh, it's a good idea. Why haven't we done a Battle Royale game? We got so many characters we could use. But yeah.
I mean, dude, it's also the fact they saw the one that got announced during the Xbox One. It was the Zoo Royale or whatever.
Oh, the party animals or wild animals?
Yeah, we saw, like, party animals. Nintendo's probably like, shit, we can make a Battle Royale that's kid-friendly.
The little ragdoll physics, the Fall Guy physics. This is my best interpretation of ragdoll physics.
You're trying to do, like, a dance. You've been doing too much Just Dance, my guy.
It's really like just moving your shoulders and like your neck goes limp and you're just like moving your shoulders and you're swinging your arm like they're dead weight. But anything we didn't talk about with E3 that you think we need to mention?
I think my thought process kind of going into it is like, this is probably one of the better E3s that I can remember. And obviously, I'm not trying to just say that because fucking Microsoft had a good one. But, like, this is one of the best Microsoft ones we've seen in God only knows how long.
The one thing I will say is, and this kind of brings me back to when I was watching the Xbox One, is I hope that conferences going forward kind of steal kind of steal the same like essence of what this one was, where even if there's people in the crowd, like I know when we go back to big crowds, Xbox or somebody might do one to where it's like, hey, we've got this actor who's coming on stage, but like there's a part of me that the thing I loved most about, and I'm focusing in on the Xbox one, is they did some to where it's like, hey, we've got so and so talking, but like it was nicely paced. And for me, a viewer, and even if like I was there in the stadium watching, like my point of being there is to see what you have announced. And there was a while where it was like, holy shit, like this feels like 25 minutes of just release, game, without having like, oh, let's cut to this person on a stage and then talk to me. Where it
and then
was,
we hit Forza.
And then you get Forza. But like, I hope they. I hope
30 minutes about cargo room.
I hope they stay with this though. Where just when we go back to people, don't feel like you have to. Okay, after every one, we got to have someone talking on stage. No, you can put into the. Okay, we're just gonna rapidly show some footage because for the people that are there, and someone may be against me on this, but like, you're just gonna care about what games are announced. So. You might not be upset that it's like, hey, I've been sitting there for 30 minutes and all I've seen is release, because that's why you're at the fucking conference, to do that. There are other things that in person can do to where I loved some of the paceness of the showcases to where I'm like, do not lose this when we get people back in seats at these conferences.
Yeah, and then obviously you run into the Forza problem where we watched cars go room for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so we roll.
Yeah. So that is going to do it for us today. Thank you guys for checking this one out with it. One of our longer MVP game lives that we had in a while, but hey, we had a lot to kind of crack down here. Let us know, obviously, what you guys think down below in the comment section. Make sure to join the Discord. Greatest community in the universe, MVP Discord. That link is in the description. Also, the link to our Patreon page, patreon.com/MVPvids. If you want to support us, would mean the world to us, and you can get rewarded for helping us out. So go ahead, check that link out down below. Thank you to Pat, our Patreon sponsor. Make sure to hit that sub button, that like button, that notification bell, so you're always in tune to where we're going live when we have videos coming out. So go ahead and do that. Thank you guys for everyone who was in YouTube chat today. Thank you guys. Couldn't do the show without your interaction. Thank you guys for being as awesome as you always are. Soapy and I will be back tomorrow. And as always, have a good day, everybody.